What's up, everybody?
What's up?
We are back with Naked and Unashamed, the podcast to help married couples get shame out of your marriage and get the pleasure and excitement that you both deserve. Babe, tonight I feel like this is one of the topics I'm kind of excited about.
Why are you excited about?
I'm excited because, woo, it helps us tremendously in terms of our passion and our connection. And y'all want to know what it is? It is the perks of sleeping naked as a couple. What? There's benefits to sleeping in your birthday suit.
Yeah, we found that out.
We found it out.
Yes.
And it's working.
It's working.
It's working for my good.
As always, this podcast is for the grown 18 and up. If you're married or seriously dating, it's for informational purposes only.
And tonight we want you to share. As a matter of fact, go on and tell some friends, girl, the pastor and his wife is talking about the benefits of sleeping naked.
Is that how they're going to say it?
Yeah, that's how they're going to say it. We need you to share and we need you to subscribe to our podcast. Come on, y'all, get the word out. This year, babe, I want us to get 1,000 people on our podcast.
So we need y'all to like and share and subscribe.
Yeah. So come on, y'all, stay tuned. We're getting ready to get into it tonight. So right as we get ready to go into this introduction, I want you to make sure you go and share this with your friends. Stay tuned. We're getting ready to tell you the benefits of sleeping naked.
We made it through the test. Strength and need, love and sex.
All right, babe, we're talking about the benefits of sleeping naked in your birthday suit.
Birthday suit.
When we first got married, I remember we had our little pajamas on, and you would, come in with a lingerie here, or on the nights where you didn't feel like it, you come with your head tied up with your granny gown on.
Okay, first,
Huh?
don't be telling the peoples about me coming in. If I had a granny gown on, it was a cute granny gown.
Yeah, it was a cute granny gown. We made 3 boys with those granny gowns.
Yes.
But eventually, when did we start shifting towards sleeping without clothes on?
You know what? I really think we started shifting when I started going through the change.
The change of
the change when my body started changing, going through menopause.
Oh.
So I think that's when.
And you went through early, around
Yes, I did.
34?
35.
35.
Yes.
And so, guys, what we discovered was it really helped in a lot of ways. And we really didn't know the intentionality, the science behind sleeping naked until we went through our sexologist certification, and we began to read different sexologists that were saying that there's actually some benefits. So, sweetheart, what's the first benefit to sleeping in your birthday suit?
The first benefit is that skin to skin contact.
Talk about it.
Like if any of you ladies out there have children, and you know that once you have the baby, that they automatically put the baby on your chest, because that bonding of that skin to skin contact, that physical touch, it has, those physical and emotional benefits. So you're exchanging with your partner, your rhythm of your heartbeat, that closeness, the feel of each other's skin. So yes.
I like what one sexologist said. She said it is the uninterrupted contact of skin to skin, uninterrupted, and it fosters that release of oxytocin, which is called the cuddle hormone. And so when couples cuddle together, they don't have any clothes on, that skin-to-skin contact actually causes the release of that hormone.
It does, right?
Which not only makes you feel bonded and closer as a couple, but watch this, it actually induces better sleep. And sleep, as you all know, is very necessary to build good hormones and to make sure your body stays healthy. So that is so important. Oxytocin is known to improve sleep quality, and you know this, that when you get a good night's sleep, it makes the most difference in your day.
Oh my gosh, it makes beyond the most difference, and we're going to talk about that. But it also helps to lower your blood pressure.
Really?
Because when you are sleeping skin to skin, it helps to reduce stress, and that stress in turn helps to lower your blood pressure.
I know that to be true, man, because sometimes when I've had a stressed out day and you come and get into bed with me, and your warm body is next to mine, I just feel like going back to what you said about that baby, a baby
Mm-hmm.
laying on his mother's chest, and when I'm able to lay next to you, all of that stress just
Mm-hmm.
dissipates. The cortisol levels drop. The dopamine level comes up. Oxytocin levels come up, and it is so necessary. It can also, watch this, regulate body temperature.
Mm.
And you talking about going through the changes at the age of 35. And y'all, sometimes my wife, poor thing, she wakes up sweating, laying still sweating, and I'm like, babe, what's wrong? She said, dogs are chasing me.
That's what it
Uh,
feels
the
like.
dogs are chasing me.
It really feels like I'm being chased by some dogs. My heart is beating fast. And yeah, it does feel like that.
But does sleeping without clothes help with that?
Now, it does. Sleeping without, because if you're going through the change now, let's say something. I started going through the change at 35, and my doctor told me that you it's not a destination, it's a journey.
Mm.
So it's something throughout your until you no longer on this planet. But sleeping without clothes, going through menopause, it helps to regulate the your body temperature, because you're not restricted in extra clothing that may be aiding to increasing your body temperature.
And I also read where one gynecologist says that it actually helps prevent yeast infections.
I can see that, especially when if you're sleeping in in bottoms that and they're not cotton, the in the middle of the crotch is not cotton, and plus you don't want to sleep with underwear on,
Mm.
because that you want everything to be able to
Breathe, breathe.
breathe.
Same thing for men too, right?
Mhm.
It helps with the testicles and the sperm count. Men, especially if you're trying to put yourself in position to get your wife pregnant, you're trying to have children, you need to get your sperm count up. Sleeping without clothes actually helps your testicles to breathe,
Right.
and increase the likelihood that your sperm count will increase.
Right.
It also helps, babe, couples to sleep better, to experience less irritability, increases communication, and a greater ability to handle stress.
Mm.
It just, it. I can tell you from experience
Okay.
that when we are laying next to each other at night and we're sleeping close, that you're laying in the cradle of my arms, or I'm spooning you, it is like my world is complete. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. There's been some nights we might have had a little disagreement or something, and we concentrating on not touching feet. You stay on your side, I'm stay on my side. You go and put all your clothes on, socks, nappy pajamas, and a
Oh, I
bonnet.
don't have any nappy
And
pajamas.
I'm concentrating on, I'm gonna stay on my side. It is the worst sleep in the world. Can you please admit to America right now that when we've had those nights in the past, did you sleep good?
And honestly, I probably took a sleep aid to go to sleep.
But if you didn't,
If I didn't know, it's horrible sleep.
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible
You
sleep.
wake up, you're still mad, your neck is hurt.
Yeah, you got a crook in
You're
your neck.
crooking your neck because you're not in your regular sleep. But on the opposite side of that
Mhm.
coin, when you're able to embrace each other, it is the best sleep. You like, no pun intended, you sleep like a baby. You sleep like a baby, especially if you made love that night and you're holding each other and you fall asleep. My goodness, it is the most wonderful time. Here's a third thing, another benefit of sleeping naked together. It boosts your body's confidence and builds sexual connection.
Mm.
Why is that?
I can see that, where when you're sleeping, in your birthday suit, that you're improving, you improve your body confidence, because you're accepting each other's bodies as they are. And so that in turn helps to enhance that sexual connection. When you're confident in your own skin,
Mm.
then and your spouse is confident in his skin, then you have no other choice but to have that sexual connection heightened, you know.
It normalizes nudity. Sometimes we're so prudish, and we've been socially conditioned that you can't be nude. You got to cover up. But when you are husband and wife, going back to the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were naked and what?
Without shame.
Without shame. They didn't know they were naked until they disobeyed God. And then God said, who told you you were naked? Who told you that being naked was wrong? And I think we are too conscientious of our body types, and we allow social media to shape some of that consciousness because we used to be told that supermodels had to be skinny. Now, that trend has changed. Curves are more in trend now. But the bottom line is you must become comfortable with your body type.
And you're right. When you're saying that being comfortable, what couples are saying when they're able to sleep without clothing on at night, it's saying, I'm comfortable and I'm being vulnerable with you.
Yes. We want to talk about some of the biological, some of the health benefits. This is the fourth thing. It improves circulation. When you're not restricted by clothing, it helps. It boosts metabolism. You burn a lot of calories when you're having sex. You burn a lot of calories while you're sleeping. Your body is burning, and when you don't have clothes on, it helps to boost that metabolism. It promotes reproductive health. Reproductive health. We talked about that sperm count.
For both men and women.
And ovulation. All of that is benefited when you sleep naked. So the next time your spouse says, hey, baby, take them clothes off, you got to know there's some benefits. What's crazy is I can look back on my grandma and granddad sleeping in separate bedrooms, always in their pajamas. And of course, when I grew up later, I found out why the interpersonal dynamics and some of the stuff they went through caused them to separate. And what's crazy is that couples who sleep naked and sleep together stay together longer, they live longer, they have healthier lives. So we want to encourage y'all, don't just be roommates. Be lovers, sleep naked, walk around, ogle each other, embrace each other. It actually helps. Babe, what are some practical things people can do who maybe have not slept naked before but would like to try to add this to their love life?
I think one, you have to start small. If you're not really comfortable initially, ladies, start out by wearing, a nightgown or a teddy to bed, without the pajama bottoms.
Man, they got some nice teddies on TikTok. TikTok is back for the time being.
For the time being.
Have you seen the one? It's like cut on a little slit on the slide.
I've got a couple of those.
Yeah, they got baby doll. What is
Yeah,
it?
they're called baby dolls. You're right.
Got it right.
Yeah, you got it right.
Man, those baby dolls lingerie. Bring out some of them pieces.
Okay, so starting small, couple nights a week, and then increase, your nights that you sleep that way, and that's for both you and your husband. So starting small.
Here's another tip. I love you do this a lot. My wife buys the most comfortable sheets ever, and she changes them almost twice a week, man. And I'm telling you, when she changes them, I sleep like a baby. What kind of sheets do you buy?
I buy 1,000 thread count sheets.
Man, Egyptian cotton.
They might be Egyptian cotton. Now there are some
Egyptian
that fall up,
lover,
but
baby.
so 1,000. If the higher thread count you get with your sheets, the better.
Yes, I love your sheets, and it helps you. Watch this. You got to talk to your partner about sleeping naked. Have an intentional conversation. Hey, babe, can we just sleep naked tonight? And watch this. It doesn't always mean penetration.
Right.
Sometimes it can just mean I just want to hold you. I just want to cuddle you. It increases. Watch this. The spontaneity in your sex life. When you're sleeping naked, the odds increase that you might get some. And sometimes we men we joke, we're like, oh Lord, I know I ain't getting none tonight. She got on the full armor of God. But when you sleep naked, it increases spontaneity. There's one last thing. Keep it comfortable. This is not just about sex. This is about connection. So keep it comfortable. Change out your sheets.
Oh, make sure your bedding, like that you have nice bedding.
Yes.
Depending on the season, I like to layer our bed. So we may have about 3 blankets on it, but it's really for if I'm cold, I have all 3 blankets on us. If we're hot, I can have just the sheet on me or the first layer of blankets. So that helps increase your comfortability in the bed without clothes on.
So we hope we helped you tonight on this, man, and it's so important. It sounds so simple, but I know a lot of people have not ventured into sleeping nude, and they're like, I want to put some clothes on. No, try it without.
Yeah.
You could be missing out on something. I think this is going to take your love making to the next level. So we hope that you've gotten some out of this tonight, and we want to remind you of a wonderful marriage retreat we got coming up. It's called Naked and Unashamed International Marriage Retreat. It's in Nassau, Bahamas. And we're going to be going over things like this and how to foster creativity in a relationship that might be stuck. What else will they get at the Fantasy Island marriage retreat in June?
It's not only are we going to have wonderful workshops that will help increase your love life, your love making, your communication. We'll also do some group activities. But don't just think that this is your typical marriage retreat where, oh, I'm going to be stuck in workshops all day. No, there's an opportunity for you to spend that one-on-one time with your spouse so that you guys can enjoy the island.
It's going to be sexy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be spontaneous. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to miss it. So go to www.nakedandunashamedSLS.com, and we're pushing toward the end of January to try to figure out how many rooms we need to hold. So by January 31st, if you have not signed up, you might miss out. But you got time to go lock in your spot. All right, especially with income tax season being here, you better take that refund and invest it in your marriage and go on this trip with us. It's going to be off the chain. Listen, do us a favor, share this podcast, leave some comments in the chat. As a matter of fact, I want you to answer this question. Do you think that there is benefit in sleeping naked? And if so, what benefit do you think stands out the most for you? Put that in the comment and share and subscribe. And until next week, we will see you again, same channel, Naked and Unashamed SLS. Go subscribe and follow us. Love you guys. See you soon.